who has worked several years in cancer unit, I strongly disagree that Blessing CEO has got a stage 4 cancer. I want to give you my reasons. And I want you to pay attention to this. No sentiment attached. Very possibly, Blessing CEO could have tumor on the back. It could be benign tumor. It could even be cancerous. But definitely not stage 4. Let me give you my reasons and pay attention to this, please. First off, Blessing CEO has never started or had chemotherapy all her life. She doesn't even know what it is. She has not had it before. So tell me how someone that hasn't had chemotherapy for the first time would start having alopecia, that is loss of hair. Because loss of hair comes from the treatment or the chemotherapy treatment. So someone that hasn't had it before, how come she's started having alopecia? Where is it coming from? So apparently, it was after some people gave her clue of what stage 4 could be on her comment section that she came up with shaving her hair. Not knowing, she didn't check well, she didn't know that loss of hair or alopecia comes from the treatment of chemotherapy and not the cancer itself. That is number 1. Secondly, guys, Blessing CEO mentioned that her doctor told her that her treatment option as someone who has got CA stage 4, you know what I mean by CA, I don't want to keep calling the name. As someone that has got CA stage 4, that the treatment option is amputating the left breast because it affected the left breast, just amputating it, and after which they might amputate the right one to check if the CA has spread to that right one. Let me educate you. Breast amputation is not a treatment or a management option for a stage 4 CA, because for a CA to have entered into stage 4, that means it has metastasized. It has spread to distant organs like the brain, the lungs, the kidney, the bones, mention it. And that's why, even if they want to amputate a particular organ that was affected, that was originally affected by the CA, it will not be at stage 4. It will be either in the second stage or the first stage, do you know what I mean? Or even the 0 stage, right? So it now depends on if, let's say, it started with the breast, the left breast. So on the stage 0, it could be just a minor tumor, you know what I mean? They will just take it off. They will just take the tumor off and not the breast itself. So it's only in stage 1 or 2 when probably it has affected the whole lobes of the breast. They will not say, okay, let them take it off. But definitely not in stage 4. Because stage 4 means that it has metastasized, guys. It has spread to distant organs. So if they amputate that breast, the left one, what happens in stage 4? What happens to other distant organs? Are they going to amputate it? Just, I want it to make it make sense. Do you know what I mean? Then, she now mentioned that they might not amputate the right one to check if the CA has spread to the right one. You don't need to amputate the right one to check if the CA has spread there. You could just take a specimen. You could just do a biopsy, as it were, take a specimen on the right one to check if it has spread. You don't need to amputate it. That is number 2, guys. Thirdly, guys, Blessing CEO mentioned that last year was when she went for the checkup, and it was noticed that she's got tumor on the left breast. A biopsy was taken according to her, and the doctor said it was benign, right? I think that was, yeah, she said that the doctor said it was benign. That means it was not cancerous, right? And the doctor suggested that the lump, as it were, is taken out. That was the suggestion of the doctor, that they should take the lump out. And Blessing CEO said she refused. She said she was going to think about it and come back. What do you have to take? Taking of lump out, or lumpectomy, we call it lumpectomy, right? Guys, taking a lump out is not something you have to go home and think about, as it were. It's just a minor surgery, very minor one, that you will even be discharged immediately after the procedure. Okay, it doesn't require much money for you to go and start saving for the money. It doesn't require, like, nothing, literally. So why, and as literate as you are and as educated as you are, you should have known that the doctor, I believe that the doctor should have also educated you or enlightened you more on the importance of taking that lump out, you know, early, as soon as possible. You went home, you said you were going to go home and come back when you're ready. Tell me, what exactly were you actually going to get ready for? The money? To think about it, is that a major operation? Is that a major surgery? How many people have actually, gone by through that surgery? What were you going to think about? What readiness did you actually want to have that removed? Especially when you knew, when the doctor had actually told you the implications, the prognosis and everything. What were you going to think about? Guys, I hope you're listening. Firstly, guys, Blessing CEO said that the first time this was seen or was diagnosed, as it were, or the lump was seen was last year. The very first time it was last year, and it was just still localized, as it were. It was still a tumor. I mean, that is localized, or that was localized, and I think she said it was benign. I can't remember that it wasn't cancerous. Yeah, she said it wasn't cancerous. That means it was benign. So tell me, at what point did it spread? Did it escalate to becoming a stage 4 CA? Remember, we are not talking about the CA of the lungs. We are not talking about the CA of the bone marrow. We are talking about the CA of the BOES that takes ages. When I mean ages to spread, it takes ages to even get to stage 4. I know we have to understand individual differences, but definitely not within months. It doesn't spread. It doesn't escalate to stage 4 within months, guys. Check it. Check it anywhere. And I'm telling you what I'm sure of. Because, like I said, I've got experience. I've worked so many years in cancer unit, so I know what I'm talking about. So, I am not here to say Blessing CEO does not have a tumor on the BOES or does not have CA of the BOES. What I'm telling you here is, it is definitely not stage 4, guys. Blessing CEO apparently is broke. Believe me, she is broke and she doesn't know what to come up with to attract or to get the attention of the gullible Nigerians to contribute money for her. And she came up with this. Yes, yesterday I made a video and said that, oh, she could, when she says she's having stage 4, whatever, she's going through chemotherapy or whatever. Little did I know that she hasn't even had chemotherapy in the first place. It was this morning video that she made that I got to know that, oh, this girl or this lady hadn't even tested or had chemotherapy. So how come is she having alopecia? I hope it's making sense, guys. This is for educational purpose as well.
You see, one of the reasons why I did